The state flag has flown high over the state of Mississippi for more than 100 years, but now many people are calling for it to come down. They say it's time for a change, but before a decision can be made to remove the state flag, legislators must first vote to suspend the rules. In order to suspend the rules, there must be a 2/3 vote in both the House and the Senate. When you break it all down, that's 81 votes that need to come out of the House and 34 that'll need to come out of the Senate. Right now, both the House and Senate are short a few votes, which at this time is preventing any action from being taken. The Confederate emblem, which you see right here, is what's causing the controversy surrounding the flag. Religious groups, economic developers, and the state's universities are all lobbying for state leaders to remove the flag. Lawmakers WCBI spoke with all agreed the flag needs to come down. However, they have mixed views on who should be in charge of making that big decision.
I'm most definitely on the side of lawmakers making this important vote. I think it's something that we're charged to do, and I'm looking forward to casting my vote for it.
I want the people to make the decision, and if it has to conflict with the NCAA or SEC or with some of the leaders of the state, then I'll just have to stand there.
I would like to see us suspend the rules and vote to change the flag and get this behind Mississippi and get us as one unity.
There's, two mantras. One is moving forward, and one is preserving heritage. There are a couple debates as well. One is the moral issue of why we should take down the flag, and the other one is the economic issue. So we're hoping to, whichever one works, it's fine with me. But we do know there are a few more votes out there. People do need to be convinced.
Just last week, the NCAA and the SEC said the state of Mississippi can no longer host any championship games or events unless it removes its state flag. Governor Tate Reeves issued a statement saying if lawmakers do in fact come up with enough votes to suspend the rules to remove the state flag, he would not veto that bill. Reporting from the state capitol, Quentin Smith, WCBI News. Many state leaders are calling this a historic day inside the state capitol as lawmakers pass a bill to adopt a new state flag. Well, yes, Sky, you mentioned it. Many people inside the state capitol, they're calling this a historic day. When the votes were read today, emotions were running high because for so many lawmakers, they've been working for years trying to get the state flag removed. Both the House and the Senate voted overwhelmingly to pass House Bill 1796, which will allow them to adopt a new state flag. That bill will now go before Governor Tate Reeves, where he must sign it before everything becomes official. But I do want to point out, Governor Tate Reeves did say he's going to sign whatever piece of legislation lawmakers give him this weekend. Now, when it comes to what's next, a 9-person commission will be formed, and they'll be tasked with designing a new flag. The new flag cannot contain the Confederate emblem, and it must feature the words, "In God We Trust." The public will then be able to vote on that flag in November. But again, Governor Tate Reeves must sign the bill before everything becomes official. I'm told Governor Reeves could sign the bill as early as Monday. The current flag will come down within 15 days to the date that Governor Tate Reeves signs that bill. Now, of course, we're going to have much more from this historic day and hear from lawmakers about today's vote coming up later on tonight on WCBI News at 9 and 10. But again, the House and Senate passed House Bill 1796, which will allow them to adopt a new flag. That bill now waits on the governor's signature before it can become official. That's the very latest from here at the state capitol. Quentin Smith, WCBI News. The Confederate emblem has been featured on the Mississippi state flag for more than 100 years, but after a decisive vote by both the House and the Senate, that could soon be changing. Inside the House chamber, this historic vote was passed.
Over 91 yeas and 23 nays, the bill passes.
It's the vote to pass a bill adopting a new state flag.
What it does.
A decision that brought tears to Representative Robert Johnson III. See, for years, he's been fighting to have the state flag removed.
I knew we could not continue to operate under the negative pall of that flag. I knew we couldn't do that. I knew the state couldn't prosper or exist.
Soon after the House made its decision, it was the Senate's turn. After a lengthy debate, they also passed that same bill to retire the current state flag.
5 votes, 37-14, the bill passes.
I had no idea that we would be standing at this point today, especially back in January earlier this year.
We want Mississippi to have a heart and a soul. and today she had one.
While many state leaders are happy with the way the votes turned out, other lawmakers have different opinions. They believe the people should have been in charge of voting to determine whether the state flag is removed.
So from the standpoint of unity, it's difficult to understand how we can truly find unity when the people weren't given their voice. And you basically told a large percentage of Mississippians that what they did in 2001, that their opinions don't matter.
I do feel like it may take a little bit of the joy away. And also, when you have an election and you have a ballot vote, once that vote is done, there's really no argument. So that's one reason I felt that it would be a good thing for the people to be able to vote.
Though they have different opinions on who should have made the call, majority in the state capitol believe it was time to remove the current state flag. Many lawmakers say this is a step in the right direction, the first step towards a new beginning.
I want people to understand this change is coming from within our state. This is not the result of outside influences. The hearts of the people in that chamber behind me were changed.
One thing about these proud moments is that no one can share them individually. This is the vote for all Mississippians.